Chris Blake Griffith, the man suing NFL star Stefon Diggs for assault, is firing back after Cardi B publicly called him a light-skinned albino lizard during an X Spaces session. This isn't just a celebrity feud. It's a full-blown legal battle that suddenly got a whole lot messier when Diggs' baby mama decided to wade into the court proceedings. Cardi B came to Diggs' defense once again while questioning Griffith's credibility, saying she's mad that the internet has her defending her child's father, even though she's currently beefing with him. The rapper wasn't just skeptical about the allegations, she went nuclear on Griffith's character in a way that's actually getting complicated by the underlying lawsuit. Let's break down what's actually happening here, because this is messier than most people realize. According to TMZ, Griffith accused Diggs of drugging him with a candy that made him disoriented as they club-hopped around Washington, D.C., and after the incident at Diggs' home, Griffith claimed the athlete pulled out his penis and began to masturbate. Griffith told Diggs to put his penis away and got out of the car. And while walking to the door of Diggs' home, Diggs allegedly tried to kiss Griffith, but he turned him down. Then Diggs allegedly put his tongue in Griffith's ear and whispered for him to come up to his room. Griffith claims Diggs had his brother jump him after he refused Diggs' advances. He's also alleging there were hundreds of thousands of dollars in jewelry and property stolen, and that Diggs' family conspired to keep him quiet through intimidation. The original incident happened in May 2023. Griffith posted about it online, which triggered Diggs to sue him for defamation. Cardi B accused Griffith of being obsessed with Diggs, saying, "I've never seen another man want to be involved so much with another man." In her X Spaces, Cardi called Griffith a light-skinned albino and an albino lizard, and accused him of being obsessed with Diggs and changing his story multiple times to juice it up for financial gain. She claimed this light-skinned albino came on the internet and told the story 3 different times. When your story wasn't getting picked up how you wanted it to get picked up, you juiced it up and you spiced it. More specifically, Cardi alleged that Griffith tried to juice it up by claiming he was high and he pulled out his meat after his original claim didn't get picked up the way he wanted it to. But here's the thing. Cardi is literally defending someone she's publicly beefing with. She even said so. Cardi said she's mad that the internet has her defending her child's father, whom she's currently beefing with. This is pure motivation out of spite for Griffith, not out of actual belief in Diggs. But he wasn't done. When caught by TMZ cameras, Griffith said, "Cardi can spout off all she wants, but name-calling won't stop him from having his day in court, and he's confident the truth will shine bright, and a judge and jury will side with him over Stefon." In an interview on Adam 22's No Jumper podcast, when asked about Cardi's comments, Griffith said, "How many kids were born last year with the last name Diggs? A plethora, so he can't be telling her all the truth. I don't think she would have signed up for that. That's the kind of cut that doesn't make headlines but lands in people's heads." He's basically saying Diggs has a pattern and Cardi doesn't know what she's actually supporting. The implication isn't subtle. Griffith is suggesting Diggs has a history of behavior that would concern anyone who actually knew the full picture. And he's right to point out that Cardi's sudden passionate defense of someone she supposedly doesn't even get along with is suspicious on its face. Griffith is accusing Diggs of battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and conspiracy, claiming Diggs' family conspired to have him robbed and assaulted in order to keep the incident quiet. This is where things get legally dicey. Griffith submitted 100 pages of text messages and Instagram DMs to support his claims. These aren't vague accusations. He's got documented digital communication with Diggs. Cardi's argument that he changed his story is undermined by the fact that he submitted comprehensive evidence showing communication that predates her claims about story-shifting. The timing is significant too. Griffith didn't just wake up one day and decide to start this lawsuit. He has documentation showing the communication patterns with Diggs, which is what likely convinced him to pursue legal action in the first place. If his story was fabricated or kept changing wildly, the text messages probably wouldn't support it the way they apparently do. Griffith accused Cardi B of sharing his private video without his consent, claiming she posted it to her 100 million followers on X before deleting it. This is a separate legal issue from the Diggs case, and it's one that actually has traction. If Cardi shared his private content without permission, that's potential harassment and privacy violation, the exact kind of thing that could blow back on her defense of Diggs. The fact that she deleted it suggests she either realized it was wrong or her legal team told her to pull it. Either way, it undermines her moral authority to call anyone a liar. Griffith mentioned a settlement he says he's ecstatic about and an ongoing federal case in Greenbelt, Maryland, along with a withdrawn complaint. That's interesting because it suggests there's been movement in the case that we haven't heard all the details about. A settlement would mean Diggs felt pressured enough to negotiate, which contradicts Cardi's narrative that Griffith's story is obviously false. Why would you settle with someone who's obviously lying? Think about what Cardi is actually doing here. She's publicly defending a man she's currently in conflict with, attacking his accuser with personal insults, sharing private content without consent, and doing it all on a platform where it reaches her 100+ million followers. That's not justice seeking. That's using her platform to intimidate someone in an active legal proceeding. Diggs himself claimed earlier that Griffith was a lying on my name because he got caught stealing, alleging that Griffith stole Chrome Hearts clothing or accessories. However, Griffith denies stealing Chrome Hearts clothing or accessories, claims he left Diggs' home barefoot, and says he has receipts for his property. Again, the counter-evidence is specific. He has receipts. He can prove what he owned and what he left with. This is why the he's obsessed narrative doesn't land. An obsessed person doesn't strategically gather evidence and documentation. They explode emotionally. Griffith has been methodical, which is either the sign of someone telling the truth or someone committing fraud with serious precision. Cardi's insults don't disprove his evidence. What's notable is how few people in entertainment are actually weighing in on this beyond Cardi. Most celebrities know better than to get involved in active assault litigation, especially when there's documentary evidence involved. Cardi jumped in anyway, which either means she's very confident Griffith is lying, or she's very loyal to Diggs, despite publicly being at odds with him, or, most likely, she saw an opportunity to publicly attack someone and couldn't resist. Personal attack angle suggests the last one. Cardi characterized Griffith as light-skinned albino and described him with animal comparisons, which has racial undertones that don't land well the deeper you look at them. It's the kind of comment that generates clout in the moment, but looks worse the next day when people actually think about what was said. Griffith went on Vlad TV to address the latest developments in his legal battle, responding directly to Cardi B's accusations after she publicly accused him of changing his story and lying about Diggs. He didn't get defensive or angry. He gave a detailed interview addressing the specifics. That's confidence born from believing in his case. The repeated phrase, "the truth will shine bright," and his assertion that a jury will side with him, that's someone who's ready to go to court. He's not worried about Cardi's commentary because he's focused on the actual legal outcome. That's either admirable or delusional. But either way, it's the opposite of someone who knows they're lying. The legal proceedings continue. Diggs is currently an unsigned free agent after being released by the New England Patriots, so his financial situation is changing. That matters for settlement negotiations and for jury perception. A wealthy athlete accused of this kind of conduct gets judged differently than one who's losing endorsements and opportunities. Griffith mentioned an ongoing federal case in Greenbelt, Maryland, which suggests this isn't just civil. There may be criminal elements being explored too. That's the next level. That's where charges potentially land. Cardi's comments, meanwhile, are now part of the public record. They show she was willing to use her massive platform to attack Griffith without addressing his actual evidence. Her legal team is probably not thrilled about that choice. This case fundamentally hinges on evidence. Griffith has 100 pages of documentation. Diggs has counter-allegations about theft. The courts will decide whose evidence is more credible. Cardi's personal attacks don't change that. In fact, they just distract from it. What Griffith did by staying measured, staying focused, and continuing to present his case while not attacking Cardi back is strategic. He made her look like she was fighting dirty while he was fighting smart. That distinction matters when this eventually goes in front of a judge or jury. The albino lizard comment will haunt Cardi longer than it bothers Griffith. He's already moved past it. He's talking about winning his case. She's still talking about his appearance. That tells you everything you need to know about who's actually confident in their position.